Hello everyone, I am Devanand. In this video, I will be explaining to you all regarding the fundamentals of surveying and also the basics of this method. So, to begin with, what is surveying actually? Well, mostly know that surveying is the initial phase for the construction planning. To define this in small statements, survey actually helps in determining the distance between two stations or points, as well as we can find out the area and elevation of a building or a boundary of a place. And then survey actually considers the location and the soil of its ground. So based on the soil strength, a stable structure can be built on it. Survey depends on the scale that we will be working on, whether it is large or small. So based on these conditions, certain instruments can be used to calculate the required measurements. So based on these conditions of using instruments, there are many classifications such as chain surveying, plane table surveying, compass surveying, theodolite leveling, and many more. And the most common used is compass surveying, plane table surveying, chain surveying. And for further information, let's move along with the presentation that I have made. So, so this is the presentation that I have made, and let's start with chain surveying. Well, chain surveying is the simplest method of surveying. Well, chain surveying actually involves a small scale area and only deals with distance, measurement of distance between the two stations and such as plotting calculations. And this is most suitable adapted to small plain areas with very few details. Chain surveying is the type of surveying in which only linear measurements are made in the field. Um, the main principle is to provide a framework consist of number of well-conditioned triangles or nearly equilateral triangles. And it is also used to find the area of the field and a short distance measured perpendicularly from a main survey line which is called offset line. Well, in the offset method, two surveys are required to see um, each of the stations so that a perpendicular view can be obtained from it. So I would like to add some information to the chain surveying. The distance can be measured by using chains which can be 20 meters long, 30 meters long. If that exceeds, then ranging method is brought into. So ranging method actually has two classifications, direct ranging and indirect ranging. So if the stations are visible and also mean it involves the surveyor should look into the other stations, other end of the station. So if it is visible, then direct ranging can be used. If the station is not visible, then indirect ranging can be used, which is useful in curves, etc. So let's. I have actually attached the image of the chain surveying, what it looks like, and this is the procedure of offset method. So there is station A and this is station B, and the surveyors actually seeing the perpendicular view of station A and C, and this is how it looks like. And the next type of surveying that we'll be looking into is plane table surveying. And in this method, um, it is actually pretty much useful to draw a top view of the survey land into a small scale range. So plane survey or the most commonly practiced method of survey and treat the earth as a flat or a plane surface because leveling of the land matters a lot in this type of survey. So the curvature of the earth also plays a role in surveying actually. So if it is a large survey land, then curvature of the earth is taken into consideration. So here the curvature of the earth has no effect on the results. So thus the computations and results can be referenced to a plane or a flat surface. The table should be balanced by using a spirit level lens and is pointed towards not using magnetic compass. So the plane table should always be pointed towards the north, uh, so no confusions uh, can be made while processing. So as I said before, leveling does matters a lot. So that's why we are using a spirit level to level the table on the ground. So next, playing table survey actually involves these process. So the first one is setting up the station, then leveling, centering, and orientation, which deals with the steps that needs to be set, uh, and also the alignment. So playing table is set by placing the playing table on the tripod and adjusting the height. Centering is done by using plumbing fork and plumb bob. Um, this is pretty important that the station uh, the station is marked using these instruments. So plumb bob is actually suspended from the plumbing fork so that the station position can be determined, and the table is oriented by using the magnetic compass, which is rotated towards the north, which is 0 degree. So next one is this is actually the image that your plane survey looks like. Here the survey looks into three stations and is actually considers those stations and the area into a small range. So this is how it looks like. And the next one is the plane table survey classifications. And they are radiation method, intersection method, traversing method. So this is how the radiation method looks like. And sorry, yeah, this is how the radiation method looks like. And in this, the plane table is is an inside of the all stations. So from inside, the plane table is aligned with each of the stations. So uh, the small scale of that stations can be drawn and a shape can be obtained. And the next one is the intersection method, and the now the plane table is situated outside those stations, and a second position of the another station outside the uh, those stations is considered so that intersecting both lines, a shape can be and the area can be viewed, I mean, can be obtained. Then traversing method. Traversing method also deals with the alignment of the uh, ranging rod and also the table, and angles is taken into consideration. And next one is we will be looking into is compass surveying, and this is our compass. And this is the prismatic compass that we will be using during this survey, and there is a alidate which can be useful uh, to align with the ranging rod that is placed on the station, and um, it is actually attached to the compass, so it will be pretty much useful. So compass surveying is a type of surveying in which the directions of surveying lines are determined with a magnetic compass and the length of the surveying lines are measured with a tape or a chain. And the principle of compass surveying is traversing, which involves a series of connected lines. The magnetic bearing of lines are measured by prismatic compass, and uh, there is the least count and the main scale reading of it, and the and the distance are measured by using the chain, and it is the method of surveying a route. This is where compass surveying is more vital. Is more vital in using this method, um, such as train path or edge of an outcrop by means of a series of traverse legs, of which the bearing is observed by a compass and the length measured directly in the field. And this is how the prismatic compass looks like, and it, the legs can be adjusted and so that the compass is leveled, and there on the top is the lens, and it is viewed through the LED so it can be aligned with the station in front of the instrument. And here how the compass surveying diagram looks like. So each station has a foresight and backsight angle. So this is how it looks like, and the distance also is taken into consideration as it reveals the size of the area. And let's move on to other informations. And surveying also differs on the basis of purpose that the method which will be applied, that this method will be applied, like preliminary surveys there, engineering survey, geographical survey, route survey, location survey, geological survey, archaeology survey, etc. Then there is surveying can be done in air, water, and land mass, and based on these factors, they are classified as land survey, hydrographic survey, aerial survey, and underground survey. So, with this, I'd like to conclude this video presentations, and hope you understand a little bit from this lecture, I guess. So, thanks for this opportunity given to me, and that's all. Thank you.